Sanibonani, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Igama lami ndinguSilotando and this is a blooming. Hi guys. So in today's video, as I said that a lot of my first few videos will probably be very reflective. So today I have my journal. This journal, by the way, is finished now. I've been using it. I used it during my break when I was still at home and also a bit of last year. I wanted to share with you guys my vision that I set for myself for last year. I did not necessarily write it down in January or anything. Like everything last year just happened so fast. First of all, the original plan was that I was going to stay home the whole year and just have a break, like a proper break. And I really thought, because I had already opened a gym membership, I really thought it was just going to be working out, eating healthier, journaling. I really thought that that was what last year was going to be, and then just finding myself, whatever that means. And then Nana and I got the bright idea, to do what we did, TEFL, and go to Johannesburg and be those hands. Oh my god, look at my journal with all the stuff I wrote last year. Okay, we're not gonna get emotional. I want to paint the picture rather of what happened in this moment when I was writing this journal, when I was writing my vision for the remainder of 2022. Let me see if I have the date. Okay, I found it. It doesn't have a date on it. I really was hoping it has a date on it. But to paint, it was probably somewhere in April, I would guess, April, May. I had like a little bit of a mental breakdown. And I was like, I have completely lost sight of why I even came here in the first place. And I need to kind of, I need to recenter, regroup, ground myself again. And that's when this happened. I don't know if you guys can clearly see it, but this is when this list happened. And I remember I was crying, I was hopeless. I felt like I had just wasted time and money, and I was like, am I really gonna go back home empty-handed after spending all of this time here? So anyways, this is what I wrote down. I haven't read this list since I wrote it down. That's the interesting thing. It's almost like I wrote it down, set it in motion, put it out in the universe, and then just did my thing. So, on top of the list, it says to afford my own place by the end of 2022. That was on top of my list. Oh my god. Okay, safe to say, I did get to a point. At that time, I had 2 jobs, and I was like, okay, I can move out now. So that was actually great. I can't believe I made that happen. That's actually one of the biggest things where I'm like, I cannot believe I made that happen. And then be accepted to start studying psychology, hopefully with stats. Okay, that's actually, interestingly enough, something that's happening this year, guys. This year I will be studying psychology with statistics at UNISA because I still want to work. Love it. Let me continue reading my list. To be monetized on YouTube. That didn't happen. I didn't get monetized. Let me actually read. I think the next couple of goals have to do with YouTube. So to be monetized on YouTube, to see some kind of tangible growth on YouTube. So that's what I wanted for last year. That was like one of my biggest goals, monetization, and it didn't happen. And at first I was a bit crushed, but then eventually I was just like, it's fine, it's okay. Because I'll talk more about that in next week's video when I talk about what is my goal for YouTube this year and why is that my goal. But then I'll get into that more next week. And then next was to grow spiritually and in the way of thinking through reading and podcast and such. So I think what I meant here when I said in the way of thinking, spiritually, because I wanted groundedness. I felt like the earth beneath me was just crumbling and there was no sense of groundedness. There was no sense of knowing and certainty. And I think that comes with spirituality, that whatever happens to me, I will be okay. I will be okay because I was put here for a reason and life will unfold as it should. So it's that, I think having that kind of North Star faith is what allows you to have groundedness, and that is what I meant by spirituality. And then obviously mindset. As we know, mindset is so important, and I wanted to work on my mindset because at that time, like I said, I was helpless and hopeless, and I did. I really think I did. I think I was listening and consuming a lot of enriching content last year, and it has definitely shaped the way that I view and see and approach life. Then to find my voice and place. Wow, I have this year to find my voice and place. That's interesting. What did I mean by that? But it is one of my biggest goals for this year as well, so I will discuss that again next week's video a bit more. Then to gain hands-on experience in the service industry that would lead me to starting my own company or business. Okay. This feels very revealing. It's like, oh my god, I'm sharing my deepest, darkest desires. That was one of the things that I wanted to do. I kind of just wanted exposure in that department. I don't know if I actually really got it the way that I thought I wanted it, but I did. I definitely, my two jobs are actually service. Interesting. The other one was accounting and the other one is tutoring. So, I mean, not exactly what I pictured, but it was some kind of experience. And then in a year or two, I want to be a business owner. First of all, the audacity. It's the audacity for me. It is the audacity for me, child. Then in 3 to 5 years when I graduate, I want to be making enough money. There's a lot of money goals from content creation and business to not need to find a job in corporate. Wow, okay. First of all, this feels so revealing. Okay, yeah, that's like, I don't see myself using, if I finish this degree, using it to actually find a traditional job. I rather see it aiding me in the kind of entrepreneurial lifestyle that I actually want to live. There's something so scary about admitting to yourself what it is that you actually want for yourself. I was watching the DJ Zinhle reality show. It's called Unexpected. Yes, I was watching Unexpected with DJ Zinhle, and she was celebrating 10 years of era on that episode, and she said that one of the things that her actual dream that took her forever to admit to herself was that she wants to change the world. She wants to change the world for women. And she says that when I was starting out, I would come up with reasons that I guess made more sense, were less ambitious. Like, no, I'm doing all of this because I want to have money. I want to afford fancy cars, a fancy house. I want to be able to wear designer. I want to be able to travel. And then she said that, I guess after she had everything now that she has, she finally got the courage to be like, actually what I'm really working so hard for is to change the world for women. And I was like, damn, like it hit me because I really realized that it takes so much courage and bravery to say out loud, to admit to yourself that this is what I want. Because a lot of the times, what we actually want and what we're actually working hard for, and that thing, that spark that keeps us going, it's so big and so audacious that we most of the time don't even feel worthy of carrying such a dream. Like, who am I to dream of changing the world? Anyways, all to say that one of the things that I really appreciate about my state of mind last year was that I was very bold. And it was last year that I admitted to myself that this is what I want. And it was actually so cringe just reading some of the things there that, like, I don't want this, I don't want that, this is what I want for myself. And it's so like, it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's like a weird line, right? Because sometimes it feels like I'm operating from a place of entitlement, and nobody wants to operate from a place of entitlement, like, right? It's like, what makes you think that you aren't going to do what everyone else is doing? What makes you think that you'll be one of the few that is able to do what they actually love and live off of it? Like, what makes you think that that life owes you that? And that is so scary. That is so scary. And sometimes I'm just there like, because that's how I was brought up, right? That you don't do what you love, okay? You do what is necessary to survive and live. What you love is your hobby. You don't do what you love for a living. And to say I want that and to completely reject the whole thing of doing what I don't like feels like such freaking like entitlement. And it feels like I said, I'm asking too much out of the world. And I think though, like, this is why people who were brave enough to go after what they want, your Violas, your Oprahs, they love to use the word deserve and worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy of that life. And flipping and changing my view and mentality on that has definitely, been a process and a journey. But yeah, I'm grateful for this journey. And a lot of it is still very faith-based right now. I have not made it. I have not defined that career for myself yet. I don't have money yet. So it's still a lot of just from a point of faith. And sometimes I'm like, oh, what if all of this just doesn't work out? Like, it never works out for me. And I don't know, guys, maybe I'll just, you'll see me by deleting this YouTube channel. But I refuse to believe that after everything that it has taken to get me here, that it's all been for mahala. And every now and then I get a wink from the universe, a wink from God that says, okay, you're on the right path. Don't worry too much, you're on the right path. And last year I was listening to a podcast, Kampomi Wisdom and Wellness, with, who was I don't remember her name, but I think she was Miss South Africa. So she says that Bumi was asking her, so how do you answer the question of what do you do? And she's like, I forgot the actual answer that she gave, but basically what they were discussing was that they don't have a name for what they do. It's not as simple as saying, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm an accountant, I'm a teacher, I am a lawyer, I am an engineer. There's no like straightforward name for what they do. And it's just passion and vision and working hard to realize that. And I realized that because for the longest time I was fixated on how do I, what do I name this thing that I want? I don't have a name for it. I just know that there are certain things I definitely want to do and things I gravitate towards, but I don't have a name for it. Like, I'm doing psychology with statistics this year. I don't know why. I don't know what career I want from that. I just know that a little bit of numbers and a little bit of psychology are things that I like. So let's just do them both. We'll see where it's going to take me. And that's the hardest thing, because you almost feel like, not almost, you definitely feel the pressure to have an answer for the question of, so what do you do? So what are you doing? Or in my case, where are you going with this? And I'm just like, I don't know. But listening to that podcast kind of gave me the freedom to say, you know what? I don't need to have a name. I don't need to have a name for where I'm going and what I'm doing. It's fine. It's okay. Sometimes these things don't necessarily have names, and that's okay. Eventually, it'll all come together and it'll all make sense. But anyway, this video has been so long. Woo! Okay, so I hope you guys got a bit of something from this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you guys next week.